living well and doing good.
Yeah, and you can be it all, because uh, I've been looking into your background a little bit. You've got some pretty slick business acumen. One thing that stood out to me was you and your dealership keeps in touch with people that did not buy from you in order to convert them later. That's a pretty long. You're thinking long term there.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that focus on the long term might be, it's funny. I didn't really draw that out in the book, but as you're putting a fine point on it in this conversation, I'm realizing how important that is to a business succeeding. And one of the troubles that publicly held companies get into is that they're so worried about their
Mm-hmm.
quarterly earnings and their stock price in the short term that they can't make the long-term investments. And in our case, it's a privately held company. So we're accountable to a lot of different people and institutions, but ultimately, if we want to make a choice about putting some money into something that we think is going to pay off in the future, we don't have to answer to any activist shareholders
Mm-hmm.
or just saying, hey, what's that going to do to this share price today? And in the case, the specific example that you mentioned, so most of the personnel that are currently selling cars as we sit right now in dealerships across the country, by the time a 3-year lease is up, statistically, the majority of those people will already be out of the business in some other industry. But our people are still going to be with us.
Yeah.
So when we reach out to someone, if you've bought a Toyota, let's say you visited Planet Subaru today and you didn't buy a Subaru, you decided you wanted a Toyota instead, or maybe you thought that saving $50 in another dealership was worth driving an hour or whatever, and so you don't buy that. That's fine. We don't have any hard feelings because we know we're going to try to keep earning your business. We couldn't do it today. We're going to keep trying. The likely